This is Sunday morning, November 22nd, 2020, approximately 7:30 in the morning. This is an ongoing water leak that we have that is above the doorway at Unit 18 next door to me. And Bruce has known about this problem for a little bit over 3 weeks now. He drives by here frequently, stops in front of this door and gets out. There's no way he could not notice this door. The tenant here in 18 has told him about it. I've mentioned it to him. It's not inside the unit, so it's not something that is affecting me, but it is outside, and we can follow the water down. I can show you where it's hitting the ground. It's making a pretty large puddle. Zoom out here on it, get some perspective. It's cool this time of year with not much humidity, so the water does evaporate pretty quickly. But as you can see with the drip that was going in the water, or from the image earlier, you can actually see how much water is actually leaking. It's quite a bit. You can hear it in here. And the problem with this pipe is this is an old PVC pipe, and my neighbor in 18 actually installed wiring in here to fix his faulty wiring, because Bruce probably wouldn't fix his. But he's not an electrician, he's just an amateur. Like Bruce allows a lot of these guys to do this. Hey, just fix it yourself, do whatever you got to do. And as he's done, he's got a electrical conduit. I give him kudos for putting the wire in conduit. But he's attached this conduit with zip ties to this old PVC water pipe, and the PVC line is not anchored to the wall like it should be, and the weight of the PVC line with the wiring in it is now dropped down. It was a couple, it was up above the pipe, but it's now turned down, and you can see it's arching down, and the weight of it is pulling on this water pipe and has stressed it and cracked it. And this is the junction that he's made, bringing it down the water pipe that comes to the faucet outside my unit, and it's just zip tied there. And as you can see, the weight of this pipe is now actually pressing down where he's got it into the box, and it's now creating a stress point, which is eventually going to break this. And one of the things that this guy did is that he just drilled a hole through the side of this live circuit breaker box. He didn't knock out one of the knockout plugs like an electrician would do, or somebody who's knowledgeable electricity. There are special knockout plugs on the tops and bottoms of these boxes, and you just punch the plug out and put your fittings into the box, so you don't have to drill into it and worry about hitting wiring, electrocuting yourself, or screwing up anything in there for everybody else. And these are the problems that we have in this building, is that there's too many people doing unauthorized work who are not experts or not knowledgeable about stuff, and they've created so many wiring problems in here, so many other issues, because they're just not the people that should be doing this stuff. There should be some control on this. And again, as you see, this is conduit zip tied to a water pipe. It's a PVC water pipe. It is not a metal pipe. And we'll go back up over to the source, and as you can see, dipping down, stressing the pipe to where the electricity goes in, the rag wrapped around the brake to try to slow it, which is obviously not going to do that. It's just a joke. And coming down ultimately to the puddle. And earlier, or middle of last week, Bruce was here, and I took a picture of his truck that was parked right here, just past this puddle that forms. And I didn't get him in the picture, but he got out and he stood there and looked at it, because you can hear it dripping 30 feet away. And he just walked off into another tenant's unit, and that was the end of it. But that's our water leak on the outside of the building that Bruce has not fixed in over 3 weeks, just ignoring it. A couple dollars of PVC pipe to fix it versus God knows how much this runs up the water bill that he has to pay. That's the mentality we deal with. Can't fix a pipe, but I'll pay the water bill.